Okay, countdown's continuing until it's Tuesday, but right now it's still Monday, the 23rd of October, 2023. It's 11:46 in the evening. We got a few more minutes left before Tuesday rolls around, and it's another day off, thank God, from school. We were John C. Roseman in California. How you guys doing? Talking about life on life's terms and talking about trying to stay the hell away from politics. I'm dealing with the life of academia. Understanding, and I'm still trying to understand why math for liberal arts, whatever the hell the damn thing is applicable in everyday language and applicable for everyday usage. And which particular profession that doesn't require a physicist of sorts or a mathematician to make life living? I can understand it, and I was trying to get a handle on this one in the last video. It was about dealing with a checkbook. Growing up as a kid, I couldn't figure that for the life of me. You got money, you got money. You don't, you don't. Ma, can I get more money? Didn't understand for as a kid growing up, I did not have comprehension, understanding, knowledge of how Ma had to juggle like crazy when it came down for finances. She had to. She had to be real book smart and real knowledge smart about how to be knowledgeable of dealing with finances, especially when you're dealing with a lot of mouths to feed and you constantly had to do this. Yeah, thank you very much. Damn bugs. One thing I gotta tell you, throughout my videos, I've been trying to say that I've been initiated into a damn bug war. I'm constantly inundated by cockroaches. I got Bugs Guy coming in here every Monday to spray the place or give me more traps. And I'm still hanging in there for that. So if you happen to see anything crawling around, don't freak. That's a constant bug war. That's another expenditure when it comes down for cash. I'll be having a conniption fit over these damn things. I keep wondering how come I'm still living here. Well, I got no other place to live. Where else do you want me to do? Like clean this place up. After I clean them, it's still stuck in the walls. Then what? They always come out. There's always a solution, and then they always come out. Continuation. Okay. I'm a young kid. I don't understand the concept of money. Except Ma's got it, and I don't. But she's got it because she has to hold on to it like crazy. She has to hoard it worse than a dragon with his gold. A dragon covets gold, loves gold, wants more gold, because gold is comfort to the dragon. Well, unfortunately, we don't have dragons. We've got life on life's terms. I mean, it'd be nice to covet all that much money in gold if we actually had the damn reserves left and right, but this is a reality check. We don't live in that kind of world. Unless for some people who are actually born. Let's not open up that damn Pandora's box right there. But you got your ruling classes, the elites, and then you got the steps out here keep managing how much pennies on a dollar that we're going to be managing for the next meal or not. And that's what we've been doing. That's what I've been living under. When you're a young kid, you don't understand it. You haven't got any money in your pocket. Ma barely's got the money in her pocket. Why can't she give it to me? Because she's holding on to it for other things that are needed. Kids don't understand this kind of stuff. Mine, 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 mine. Gimme, 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 gimme. Growing up, I've seen it. I heard it. I've been it. How the hell she ever deal with a brat like me in the first place, I'll never know. But she had to look out to have the money support. You had to live on survival. See, this is a thing I'm dealing with in an English class, not an English class, but a mathematics class. Math for liberal arts over a AV college. Is a report on math. Now, I got students looking at things like, but this guy or this time and this, and they're looking at the academias. Me, I'm a realist. I deal with the bottom line here. I deal with the money in the money jar. You want to hear about how math works? Well, let me show you what my math is these days, okay? I got fixed income coming in. I've been trying to explain this in the previous video. And I got to stretch this thing out like crazy. Consumer math. This is my math dealing with. I'm not dealing with the math in the other worlds. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to the 4-year tier because I'm not quite sure if I am elite enough for that one or else if I'm not knowledgeable enough in their basis for it. Now, maybe 30 years ago, if I was a lot younger man and trying to grasp a hell of a lot, wait a second, I couldn't grasp it because that kind of level of math was well beyond me. I couldn't even grasp geometry, physics, and yet my brain could try figuring out before my front could actually understand and analyze the damn thing. I saw the mathematical formulations of algebra, and my front portion kept saying, huh? It's no wonder I never could get past anything on the damn thing. Do you understand the negative times the negative equals a positive? Huh? But it is. But a negative times a positive equals a negative all the time. It just does. That's how algebra works. It's a logic. But you can add and subtract in a weird ass way to get either a positive or a negative number out of a damn thing. You got a negative 10, you got a positive 5. You're going to get a 5 out of the damn thing if you subtract it. Fine. But is it positive or negative? Huh? Now use the sliding scale. You got the 0. On one side, you've got the positives. On the other side, you got negative. Let's just say you got the 10 over here. And in order to subtract 5 from 10, you do that, but it's a negative 5 and it's pushing it this way. How? Because this is anti. Think of it this way. If I'm going to get Star Trek on this one. Matter and antimatter. Or if we're talking magnets, positive and negative. With a magnet, you have a positive force, you have a negative force. Because that's in the laws of physics, it works that way. Don't ask me why, it just does. Opposites attract. However, if you have a positive force pushing and you have another positive force pushing, ooh, we got this cushion here. So, in the algebraic situations that I try to understand throughout the years, and I can see it in the laws of physics because whenever it explained it that way, it kept trying to explain it to me in the damn number scales and not physical and practicality at this point. I gotta find a place to put this damn shit. I'll put it over here for right now. Anyway, you're dealing with scales, okay? The 0 scale, my left hand, the right hand. This is the negative, but I can also switch it to the positive if necessary. So, I just had 10 minus 5. Now, in the real world, it's 10 minus 5, and it's still 5. In the negative world, it's 10 minus 5, and we're still getting closer to the 0 neutral area. Okay, I can deal with it. I can accept that one. Positive and negative, okay, it's going to be depending upon. If you have a positive 10 minus 5, that's 5 right there. It's getting closer to the 0 mark. In the negative realm, it's 10 minus 5 and it goes up to 5. But what happens if you're going to be adding negative to it? Pushes away, just like in the positive. You think algebra teachers would be able to figure this shit out and tell people about that one? No, because we have to have computations, we have to have algorithms, we have to have an equation here to describe all that. It's no wonder I was flunking left and right because I'm like, huh? But this is our math these days. We have to live by equations. Why? Because centuries ago we had mad scientists figuring life out like that with equations, and now we've got all the smart people figuring things out with the equations, and no wonder I'm having a headache over the damn thing in the first place. But if we're talking about using in science, we're talking about medicine, we're talking about life in general, this is the stuff we live with. I'm not dealing with pie in the sky, astrophysics, uh, orbits of declination, or God knows what else we got going on, because to me, they're not relevant. If I was in an airplane, I would not be thinking it. I'm living in a spam in a can with air recycled and pushed around left and right, flying in a spam can, dealing with the Coriolis effect of wind supporting the wings left and right. If we have cold, that's air sinking down like a damn rock, forces the wings and the airplane to perform strongly, and more fuel being used to push against the force to keep the airplane in the air. Higher, well, there's not that much air pressure when it comes down for sinking air, or actually rising air, but there's not that much lift for it either because it's going higher and higher in the atmosphere. There have been days that the desert cities of Arizona and New Mexico, if I've heard it correctly on this one, from meteorologists over there, that their airplanes can only function in a certain level of air pressure and temperature before they're not able to get off the damn ground. We can have about 116 degrees heat emanating from the ground, but it doesn't give the plane enough lift because the conditions are not right to get the airplane lifting. Science and math right there. But the common layperson, they'll hear it, they'll accept it, but they don't figure it out. Despite how many times you keep trying to educate these guys, they still can't figure this shit out. Why? Because it's math. Our brains are theoretically supposed to like math. We see beauty in different structures, and we're like, oh, but we don't think it's fractal. What the hell is fractal? I'm seeing a tree looking the way it is right now. I'm going to get a Christmas tree. I'm going to get a spruce. I'm going to get a Douglas fir. I'm going to get a noble fir. They have different branch layouts, left and right. Like a Scotch pine. Sometimes they're like this. Is it the Douglas or the noble fir? Give me a second here. Hold on, I'm just going to put you on pause. Okay, so on this website called planetnaturalresearchcenter.com, or just planetnatural.com, they have a section in there about 43 types of Christmas trees, a visual guide to 43 festive varieties. I am trying to open up to see whether or not they've actually got what I need to see regarding how they look. That's what I want. I want to see what they look like. I go to the images. I need to see a listing of this thing. A pictograph would be nice. Trying to find the right sort that we need for Christmas trees. Why am I saying Christmas trees? Because I wanted to show you something about fractal, or actually explain it a fractal. If I can actually find a right chart and a graph to explain this. Because there's not one particular tree. They got different branch levels and they got different ways of looking at the Christmas tree. That's why I am trying to... Okay, well maybe that'll work. Okay. Which one was this? Okay, I'm looking at something about FAM credit of the something. I don't know. But they're trying to show something about a Christmas tree type. Okay. As I understand about I've never seen a Fraser fir, but the firs have this kind of structure about them. Layered look. Sometimes certain types of trees actually have a layered look, and sometimes they have the branches scattered out about. Um, Several varieties have this conical shape, and the branches are stuck out all over the place. They really don't help me much on this damn thing, that's for damn sure. Good Lord, I'm getting depressed. But I still need see something that's going to be of a nature that I need to explain. Okay, somebody's put on the internet how to look at the right tree. Oh, that's not it. Give me a second. Well, I can tell you one thing that Martha Stewart actually has a listing of a lot of eastern and west coast trees. Different types and different sizes on this one. Including the Douglas fir, the noble fir that we're so used to out here. The Scotch pines. What I was trying to find, well, the noble fir is almost a step stage. It's spread out like crazy. But you want to talk about fractals? I'll get you going on this one. What I was trying to find out, I know they all have this conical shape, but sometimes I'm looking for those kind of trees. They actually have the branches sticking out, and it's in the shape, but it's like in stages until it gets to the portion of it. That's what I was trying to find those types of images I've seen at your Christmas tree lots that are going to be coming out there left and right, especially on the West Coast anyway. I'm not quite sure what you guys deal with on the East Coast, but on the West Coast, yeah, there's only four things I understand about the trees in the first place: size of it, shape of it, insects, and they got allergies. uh, what I'm looking for is how the tree looks like, and if you want to look at it mathematically, yeah, they are beautiful to look at because they look like they're probably fractal, but they're also random. But they may or may not be. I'm looking on a site that's called familyhandyman.com. And in the section where it says the best real Christmas tree species. So at least these things will give you an idea of what I'm looking at here. It's called familyhandyman.com. And I had to go on a Google search for this one. I'm seeing some of the varieties that they've sold throughout the years. But it also looks like it's not much of the stuff that I remembered. So if I can tell you, they left me with a hell of a lot of allergies and stuff. Just, I don't know if the stuff I've got any in the first place. It drives me crazy when I'm looking at the stuff, and it's just not what I'm looking at. Alright, let me see what I'm looking at here. Tree varieties, National Tree Association. National Christmas Tree Association. How about that one? Okay. Balsam firs, Douglas firs I know about. I've seen. The noble firs I've seen. The Scotch pines I've seen. The white pines or the Virginia pines. No, that's East Coast. Spruces. Yeah, I've seen the spruces at this point over here. But how they look, it's a different thing altogether. That's why I needed to find out what they are. And they don't show me the images that I need to see to compare them with. Okay, screw it. But I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make a word point here concerning about things that I'd see regarding fractal. My math teacher would make me look in the sky and see fractal regarding the clouds. I'm like, if they're fractal, they're going to be following a generic pattern, but we're dealing with dynamic forces of wind, so there's no fractal patterns. There's no mathematics in the damn thing. It's random chaos at this point over here. Now, if we're dealing with plant life, it may be encoded into the genetic patterns, and that one I will accept. Because if they have it into the genetic patterns where they're going to be shaped in a certain form or faction, and then I can understand that one. We as humans can manufacture things with the same shape over and over again. Sorry, I'm just getting my cushion fixed in my back here. We can make patterns like crazy. We can show us each other patterns, what they look like. Almost make a fractal looking. Hell, we can do computer images of the damn thing and replicate it like crazy. We can also gross people out with the damn images in the first place. You ever heard of trypophobia? Ugh. Trypophobia. That's where you got holes in a certain mathematical random or seemingly random, but they're put in different conditions and different patterns, and either in nature, which will drive you crazy, or man does it a lot worse to himself, just to gross himself and everybody else out. Some things you just can't get out of your head on that one. But anyway, I have to prove something to the professor that I understand about math. I may not be out there and seeing math and everything and loving math left and right. I'm only understanding what math is like in a constant basis of this universe here, of a constant survival at this point. And I have to make that a point clear to him. I seed math all my life. I never understand how the math affects me left or right. I understand about consumer math. I understand about how much change I got left in the pocket. That'll last. I understand about stretching things out left and right. That's math right there. If he's looking for something like a higher noble purposes, I'm not that kind of guy, because I'm the guy with the underpinnings down below, saying how the other people are just having their pie in the sky attitude at this point over here, saying, "Oh, look how pretty math is out there." Okay, fine, but I got math of survival out here that has to be addressed as well. So that bases my essay that I have to work with this week. Meanwhile, I hope you guys are having a nice boring time, because I just bored the living crap out of you. Until then, guys.